Alright folks, we left off with the Death Pact Angel. We are on part 5 of my EDH deck. I know it's a lot of cards, I'm going over a lot of them in detail, so I apologize, and I'm also gabbing, so yeah. But obviously, if you haven't told by now, my deck is black-white. My commander is Teza, Orzhov Scion. And I've had some fun cards, and I got to experience a lot of old cards that I never got to play with, and, you know, obviously because I wasn't in the game at the time. But moving on, from Death Pact Angel, we go to Necropolis Regent, 6 mana. You know what? This is an interesting card. It was so cheap too for a mythic rare. It was I think I paid like a quarter for it. So obviously a lot of people don't think much of this card. It's 6 mana. Flying, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. It's a 6/5 flyer. So basically it's a 6/5 flyer that can pump up your attackers, and whenever they do combat damage, you know, they get bigger. So this could win you the game. Okay, mind you, 6 mana, it's pricey. I ended up picking up a pair for my Orzhov deck just to tinker with, and they've done really well. I've actually managed to have both of them out and really benefit from the counters. You know, I don't even need to swing with these guys. I can just have them out. But it's a fun card, you know. Killing Glare, a little bit more removal. Moriak Replica, nothing special. It's an artifact card. Indomitable Archangel, cool artwork. Flying, Metalcraft. The Metalcraft gives all my artifacts Shroud, so my artifacts are protected. Angelic Overseer. Again, I went with a lot of like black and white, and most of my whites are angels, are humans, so this one, if I control a human, it's got hexproof and indestructible. Grafted Exoskeleton, it's one of those artifact equipment things that, you know, basically gives me infect, so, or, you know, causes my creature to have infect. Fun little thing to tinker with. I was using infect wrong. Apparently in EDH, infect goes to 20, not 10. I didn't know that, so yeah, I called a few games a little bit early, but hey, it's part of the learning experience. Now here's another one of those cards that came out of that box at my local game shop the last time I went. Was Soul Collector. It has Morph. Again, I was thinking about making this an all vampire deck, but you know, a lot of the cards that I was looking at that would have been cool to have were just too expensive, and I know so little about what I would need to make it a vampire deck, so I know there's a lot of stuff in Innistrad. I might actually look at that. I might reconsider Oros the Avenger as my general, so I can get the red in with red, white, and black. But yeah, Soul Collector. You know, 3 generic mana, play it upside down, you know, making it a 2/2 generic creature. Pay 3 swamps, flip it over, boom. You know, and it's just a cool card. You know, it messes with your opponent a little bit. Keening Apparition, destroy target enchantment. Scope of Guildmage. Diabolical Revelation. It's 5 mana plus X. Pay the 5 mana and then X for however many cards you want to search for, and put those in your hand. Ring of Zathrid, pump up a black creature. Cage Sun, I love the artwork on this. Artifact, enters the battlefield, choose a color. Creatures that I control of the chosen color get +1/+1. And whenever a land's ability adds 1 or more of the chosen colors to my mana pool, I get an additional mana of that color, so more mana ramping. Vampire Nighthawk, because Death Touch is a thing, Lifelink is a thing, and Flying is a thing. Guildgate. Orzo Basilica, just cool art card, and it's cheap, so that's in my colors. Some of those cards, it's super expensive, and just fun to play around with. Altar of Shadows, 7 mana. And then again, 7 mana and tap this. I destroy target creature and I put a charge counter on it. And on my first main phase, I can add a swamp for each charge counter to my mana pool. So, you know, fun little thing. Blind Obedience, Holy Mantle, Swamp, Grimoire of the Dead. This is just great because this pulls all creatures from all graveyards and puts them onto the battlefield under my control. And they're zombies, so the plus side is if I have endless ranks of the dead, I wait 1 more turn, and then I double the number of creatures I have. So, that's pretty cool. We're going to stop here. I've got only a few more cards to go, and we'll resume in part 6.